Hey everyone, it's Jaclyn. So today I wanted to film a Charlotte Tilbury best and worst video just because I have an embarrassingly large collection of Charlotte products. I just think Charlotte is incredible as a makeup artist. Her products are amazing. The packaging is just the epitome of luxury, and it's just all around my favorite high-end luxury makeup brand. So I thought I would walk you guys through what products I think are worth the money, what products I think you should skip out on, and just kind of going over overhyped products in general. So let's hop into it. So I'm going to start off with one of the hits. This one is the Light Wonder Foundation. Now Charlotte Tilbury does two different foundations. One is a more medium to buildable coverage. This one is the more light coverage one. And this is just incredible. Now I'm going to preface this. I am a huge skin junkie and I think, spending money on a good foundation is definitely worth it. But I definitely like more of a light coverage foundation. I would say it's comparable kind of to MAC Face and Body, but I would say slightly more coverage. It just feels absolutely beautiful on the skin. It makes your skin almost like feel plump and just very hydrated. If you've seen Charlotte Tilbury talk about her products at all, she's like, oh, there's so many peptides and all these amazing ingredients in it. And she will just convince you of this product very quickly. But it's definitely worth all the hype. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It leaves your skin very dewy and very glossy. I mean, you can set it with a powder. I personally love the really youthful, hydrated look that it gives. But I think it's absolutely incredible. Definitely worth checking out. Moving on to one of the products that I did not like so much. I feel bad saying a worst product. It's not necessarily the worst, it just didn't work out for me. A ton of my friends love this product, which makes me so mad that I don't love it. Anyways, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. Now this is the more medium to full coverage one. And reading the description of this product, it sounds like I would be the perfect candidate for it. It's for more acne prone skin or maybe like rosacea, discoloration, or maybe more mature skin. It's supposed to help any problem areas really. It has more coverage. It has, I think is it peptides in this one? I don't know. There's something to help make the skin appear like less textured and like it has less wrinkles. And basically this is supposed to be a magic foundation. And I tried it out, and I tried it out with her brushes, and I tried it out with my fingers with a beauty blender, and I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. I think first of all, one big problem would be that the color match, this one is too pinky for me, so I just initially was like, this is not right. But even when I've worn it on my skin, I don't think that it makes my skin look really good. And I don't know, I don't find the wear is that great on this either. And for the price that you're paying for this, I would definitely not go out and get it again. Another skin product that I want to talk about that was really a miss for me was this Unisex Healthy Glow. Now this is basically supposed to kind of be like, I guess like a tinted moisturizer, but it's supposed to adjust to your skin tone. So when you initially put it on your skin, it kind of is like a clear white kind of color, but then you kind of start to massage it in and it kind of transforms to more of your skin tone. And now apparently it's supposed to adjust to each person's skin tone, which I don't really understand how that works. But I find when I put it on, it always pulls way more orangey and really red, and it never just looks good on my skin. I mean, it feels nice, like it feels really hydrating, and I'm normally like a tinted moisturizer kind of girl, so you think that I would be into it. But the whole color adjusting thing, it never turns out right. So I just don't think this is worth it. If it's not gonna turn the right color on my skin, then why would I wear it, you know? Okay, moving on to another product that I think is one of the best is a powder. Now this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. Oh, this is such a big mouthful. See, all of Charlotte's products are so like long and descriptive that I find it very hard to say them without like stumbling on my words. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in shade number 2. Long story short, it's a face powder. And this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. You can see I've hit pan on it because I use it literally all the time. It's nice because it does provide, I'd say like about medium coverage. But it's really nice to set over top of a foundation. So this paired with the Light Wonder just gives me like the most beautiful finish. I really find Charlotte's powder-based products amazing. Something about the formulation of the powder, it's like so finely milled and buttery and just the most like velvety powders I've ever touched. Now I have heard a ton of people complain about these cracking and breaking really easily, and fortunately that hasn't happened to me yet, knock on wood. But the thing is, I feel like if you're gonna have a powder so finely milled and so delicate, you can't have the best of both worlds. I mean, it's gonna crack easily, obviously, if you drop it. But yeah, this thing is absolutely amazing. Would definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, so moving on to a product that I think is not the best. This is a Beach Stick. Now this is basically like a cream blush that, you just kind of pop on your lips or your cheeks, but you can also put it on your lips as well. And again, reading it, it sounds like a product that I would really like. I'm a huge fan of cream products and cream blushes, things like that. But something about the formulation just, I don't know, I really wasn't feeling. I find it's really pigmented when it goes on. This one here is in the shade Las Salinas. Las Salinas. I don't know. I'm probably saying that wrong. It's a really pretty kind of mid-tone, warm pink. And I love the look of it when you first put it on. But then when you blend it out, it like just literally goes away. Like, what's the point? So I don't know. If you really like very, 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 very natural products, maybe you'll like it. But for the price point, I mean, I want to see something, you know? Now, on the contrary, one of my all-time favorite Charlotte Tilbury products are her blushes. They are so, so lovely. She makes my favorite blush of all time. It's basically the blush that I wear almost every single time I put makeup on my face. This is in the shade Ecstasy. This is a Cheek to Chic blusher. Now what's really cool about these blushes is that it's basically like a 2 blush in one. So there's a center color, which is more of like a pop, intense kind of color, and the more neutral, softer, more subtle color on the outside. So it looks like a little bullseye, but what you can do is kind of mix your brush together, swirl it in and put it on, or take some from the lighter, some from the darker. You got some options. This color though is absolutely stunning. It's the perfect shade for my skin tone. It's kind of that corally, peachy kind of pink with a little bit of shimmer and golden sheen without, but the formulation again is really nice. I find it wears really well. It doesn't apply patchy, and it doesn't have any like off-putting chunky glitter bits. Like, I know I have this NARS, one of the NARS blushes, and the chunky glitter is just so much, and I just hate it. So I love how this still has some sheen, but it's not like awful glitter. This one here is in the shade Love is the Drug, and this one is more of like a baby pink color. This one I like more when I'm a bit more pale and less tan, but both of them are absolutely gorgeous, and I've just fallen in love with these blushes. Okay, moving on to another hit, actually. This is one of my favorite products, again, from Charlotte. This is the ever so famous, the iconic, the legendary Foam Star Bronze and Glow. Now this is a highlight and contour kit. This one here is in the shade, actually I don't know, it doesn't say. There's 2 different shades, it's the lighter kit. But basically, this is just the best bronzer in the world. This highlighter is good. I wouldn't say my favorite highlighter ever, but I do use it quite often. But this bronzer shade is just to die for. I mean, I'm sure you could tell by the pan. The only thing, I wish that they sold these individually because I go through this one so much faster. What's really interesting about this powder, again, the formulation is amazing, just like I've said with the other ones. But the color of this bronzer is really unique, that it's not too warm, it's not too cool. You can kind of almost get away with using it as a bronzer and a contour, which is normally not possible. The highlighter is a very yellow base, kind of warm, candlelit color. It's not gonna be like a crazy glazed donut, highlights pop and Instagram kind of highlight. It's more of like a medium, like not too subtle, not too bright, just it's there, but it's not like shouting at you, you know? And I like it. I like the color. It works really nice, especially when you have a tan on. So yeah, if you were thinking about this one, I would say do it. It is worth it. Now, more recently, Charlotte actually launched some liquid versions of those. So there's the liquid contour stick and the liquid highlight stick. And I have some thoughts, let me tell you. This one is not my favorite. This is a miss for me for sure. This one is in the shade Spotlight. Now, I like the whole concept of these. It's like in a wand. It's supposed to be easy to do. You just kind of squeeze it, dot it on. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the color. I wish it was actually the same shade as the highlight in the Foam Star Bronze and Glow. I mean, maybe they're coming out with other shades. I don't know, but this shade is not my favorite. It's really icy. It's more of like a silvery kind of gold, like a cool gold, if that makes any sense. I don't think it's very flattering, at least on my skin tone. But what I don't like about this the most is like the finish of it. It looks really greasy on the skin. Like not even like a dewy, oily kind of look, like greasy. And I don't know, I love me like a Glossier Halo Scope. I love me a good shine, but I just don't like the finish of this at all. I tried layering it under products over top, and it's just a no for me, which is really disappointing because I really wanted to love that. On the contrary though, I think the contour wand is really well done. Again, the convenience of this is really nice. You can just pop it on and blend it out, but it's actually really blendable, and I think it's actually a really nice shade. I normally either blend it out with my fingers or like a little beauty sponge. And yeah, I just think the color is really nice. Oh, and this one doesn't leave you with that greasy finish, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, next up I have another hit. This one is another best of the best. I feel like I should be bouncing back between best, worst, but I'm kind of going best, best, worst, worst, best, best. I'm changing it up. I'm keeping you guys guessing. This one is another hit. This is a supermodel body. Now this was super interesting to me when it was first, when I first learned about it. So basically it has a little twisty bottom here. It's a little roller ball, and basically it's a shimmer that you put on your body. So if you're gonna be wearing like a dress, or you have your legs showing, or like your arms, or a little like shoulders or whatever, and you just want it to have like that like Kardashian glow. You know when you see pictures of like celebrities on the red carpet and they have like that oily kind of like, ooh, like shiny looking skin, if that makes any sense. Anyways, this is supposed to replicate that look, and this is apparently what Charlotte uses on all of her like A-list clients. So yeah, it's really nice, especially for an event or a special night out. You literally just roll it on your body and it adds this goldeny, bronzy glow, and it just makes everything look better. So love this, and it doesn't transfer on clothing either, which is something that I was worried about. It kind of stays put after it's set. So this one's definitely worth checking out, especially if you want more of like a body makeup product. Okay, let's talk about eyebrows. Now I'm gonna start off with eyebrow products that I think are great. This is the Brow Lift. Now I have it in 2 shades here. I have it in, wait, this is so weird. This one says the shade name and then this one just has it blank, like there's no name on it. That's bizarre. This one is in Grace K. I think this is like in Brooke S. Could be wrong, I'll write it down in the description. But basically this one is a lighter, more taupey version, whereas this is more of a true brown. And these are really cool. So basically you have on one end a little spoolie, that way you can comb through your eyebrows. On the other end you have the actual product itself. It's like a little, I wouldn't say a pencil, it's more of like a triangular kind of shape. You can just kind of go through your eyebrows like that. It's super easy to do, really foolproof. I can literally do my brows in like 1 minute, which is really great. But the added little bonus, which I think really makes this product stand out, is that you can actually twist it off, and then inside there's a little like sponge tip applicator, and it's actually got this goldeny, highlighty pigment inside that you can pop on your inner corner or on your brow bone just to highlight and make that area stand out even more. So it's really convenient for on the go if you want to just pop something in your bag. I just think it's a nice touch that makes this type of product stand out versus all the other brow products on the market. Now moving on to a brow product that I did not really like that much is the, oh no! We're gonna leave that there for a second. This is the Legendary Brows. Now this is like a brow gel, brow tint. My one problem with this is that it doesn't really hold my eyebrows in place. And I don't really think that I have particularly coarse or hard to tame eyebrows. So if it's not holding my eyebrows in place, then I can imagine someone who has a bit more unruly brows. Now what I will say is that I absolutely love the brush of this. Like it's a teeny tiny little like little baby spoolie on there. So it's really nice for, you know, delicately getting in there. But other than the fact that it tints my eyebrows, it doesn't really do anything else for them. So I would still kind of want to go in with a clear eyebrow gel to hold it in place, which defeats the purpose of putting this on. So yeah, again, for the price point, I just don't think it's worth it. I think you can get a lot better products that give you the same effect. So yeah, for that reason, it's a no for me. I feel like I'm like Simon Cowell after every product. It's a no for me. Now moving on to a product that I love. These ones here are the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Shadow Pots. Now I use these again almost every single time I do my makeup. I have one of them on today. This one here in the shade Betty. This one is definitely my favorite. It's kind of like a bronzy, goldeny, really reflective, glossy looking cream eyeshadow. I like to use this either alone, just kind of blend it out on my lid, or underneath another set of eyeshadows and use it as like an eyeshadow base. I also have the shade Verushka, which is more of like a smoky green. And then I also have this one here, which is more of like a cool kind of taupey brown. But the formulation across the board is incredible. Would definitely recommend, especially if you love cream shadows. Moving on to powdered eyeshadows. These ones here are hits for me. I have 4 little quads here. They're all incredible. My favorite one being the Dolce Vita. Now this is like a warm, chocolatey, ready-based eyeshadow palette. It has a gorgeous shimmery bronzy shade, which I have on my eyes as well. And I just, oh, I love this. This is like my perfect going out eyeshadow palette. I do kind of wish that they had a matte shade in here. Like if this light highlighty kind of color was a matte brown, like a nice transition color, that would make this perfect. I also have the Legendary Muse palette, which is absolutely stunning as well. It's more of like a pinky, goldeny, softer eyeshadow palette. The Golden Goddess is also one of my favorites, really stunning bronzy shades. I also have the Fallen Angel palette, which I really love using this bronze shade inside. They go on so pigmented but blendable, very minimal fallout except for some of the sparkly shades, which I would recommend stamping on with your finger. But overall, these eyeshadow palettes are definitely worth it. Now, moving on to an eyeshadow palette that I was just, I don't want to say I just don't like, I was just really disappointed with it. This is the Instant Eye palette, the brand new one that's coming out for the holiday season. And I feel even worse because this was actually gifted to me and it's got my name in it. Like, do you see that? It says Jaclyn up there, which is super cool. And I wanted to love this so bad, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I did not get the use out of this that I thought I would. I don't know, the concept is really cool how it has basically like 4 different eyeshadow looks in here, and I like that it has a good combination of mattes to shimmers. But the shade range in here just, it doesn't really do it for me. And then on top of it, I don't think that these are the same formulation as these eyeshadow quads. These ones aren't as pigmented and they don't blend as good. I mean, let me know if you guys have this and if you like it. Maybe this is just like a dud because I feel like everyone has been raving about this, but I'm just being honest, this one is not up there for me. Okay, next up, moving on to some lip products. I'm gonna start with the hits, which products I think are amazing. Now, I love Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. They're probably my favorite lipsticks of all time, for the most part. Just wait. I've got a pretty big collection. I've got about 20 of the lipsticks, and these 4 here are my favorites that I would recommend wholeheartedly and suggest you go out and buy them tomorrow. First off, I have actually what's on my lips right now. This is Tell Laura. I do not like red lipstick, except for this one. I love really vibrant orange-based reds. I find it works best with my skin tone, and I just love it as like a statement lip. This is very similar to MAC Lady Danger. I just think the formulation is a lot less pasty. I find MAC matte lipsticks feel very thick on the lips sometimes. What I like about these are a matte finish, but they're very lightweight and comfortable, and they do also wear really well. I also have Miranda May, which is my favorite kind of summery coral pinky color. It's not like a neon hot coral, it's more of like a mature coral, but I think it looks really great, especially with a tan. I have Very Victoria here, which is like my brown go-to lip color, and when I really want to embody posh spice, this is what I wear. And then last but not least, my favorite lipstick of all time is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Now this is actually getting to the very bottom here. I'm really sad about it. I don't think this is actually a permanent lipstick. I think this was limited edition. So I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finish this. Now, I've got 2 lipsticks here that actually make it onto the worst pile. And again, this is really sad for me. I'm a huge believer of the lipstick line, as I just told you. But these 2 just don't do it for me. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, could you guess? This is the lipstick in the shade Kim KW. It's Kim Kardashian's lip color. And this is apparently the same formulation of those last 4 lipsticks that I showed you, the Matte Revolution. But for some reason, this one settles into every single line into my lip. It collects weird, it doesn't wear well. And it's not just the fact that it's a light lipstick. I swear, there's something different about this formula. This is just not like the others. It's not the same, so I would not recommend this personally. Now, the other lipstick that I don't like is actually called Night Crimson. This is actually a different formulation than all the other lipsticks that I showed you. This one is the Kissing lipstick, or the Kissing lipstick. This is basically the more creamy, more hydrating lipstick line that she does, which I do like that lipstick line. I have some other lipsticks. They're not my favorite, but they are nice. But this one specifically I don't like just because the color is so dark and vampy. It's like a berry, purpley, vampy lip color. But with this formulation, since it is so glossy, I find it very hard to apply and to get it to not look patchy. I find it'll like collect in some areas and look darker, and it's just hard to get an even color. I just find that I have to be very aware when I'm wearing this, which that's not something that I want with a lip product. I want to be able to put it on and to not have to worry about it. And this is a very high maintenance color. So I don't know, just not a huge fan, wouldn't recommend it. I think there's better ones out there. Moving on to another product that is the best. This is probably, I would say, one of the most hyped up Charlotte Tilbury products, the Pillow Talk lip liner. This is so, so good. This is my everyday go-to lip liner. I will put this on with a little bit of lip balm or with the matching Pillow Talk lipstick. It is just so good. It's like that My Lips but better kind of color. Really great if you like to overline your lips because it somehow works and looks natural, and it wears really, really well. This is my third pencil that I've gone through. So, so good, guys. So good. Now, on the contrary, a product that I do not like is the lip liner in the shade Iconic Nude. Now, you would think these are the same formula. Why would I not like one versus the other? This one is very bizarre. Now, I'm not exactly sure why it does this, but I find if I overline my lips like the same way that I would overline them slightly with my Pillow Talk lip liner, this one actually kind of dries differently on the skin than it does the lip. So you know how like your lip is obviously a different texture than your skin? This dries darker on your skin. So you can kind of see where you've overlined, and it's very obvious. And it's just really not good for overlining your lips, which is the whole point of these lip liners. Like Charlotte markets these as lip cheats, so you're supposed to cheat your lip line bigger. And this one just does not work for that reason. You can use it like a regular lip liner and just stand your lip line, but I do like to give me a little bigger lips. Moving on to mascaras, I have a good and a bad. Let's start with the good one. This is the Full Fat Lashes. This is more of the natural everyday mascara. I really actually like the brush on this. It's got like a little nub on the end, which you can actually really use to get into the corner of your eyelashes or use on your lower lashes. This is actually amazing for your lower lashes. I just find it makes them look so good. But I like it on the top lashes as well. It isn't waterproof, which you guys know me, I love a good waterproof mascara. But I actually don't mind. Whoa, that made a really loud noise. The vibration on my phone literally just sounded like a mild earthquake. Weird. But yeah, you know what? It actually doesn't smudge too bad on me, and I find I'm very susceptible to that. Now, the mascara that I don't like is her other one called Legendary Lashes. Now, this one is a little mini kind of sample-ish size. I got it in like one of the holiday kits from last year. And this one didn't do it for me, which is weird because I love clumpy, big, dramatic lashes. Not that I have big dramatic lashes, but I do like a good clumpy kind of thick mascara, as much as that is generally frowned upon. What can I say? And this is supposed to kind of give you that effect, like a big lash. And I don't like the wand on this. I find it's messy. I hit my eyelid all the time, which is just annoying. It is really black, which I like, but I find it flakes off. I would skip out on this one. Moving on to another best product. These are the Rock and Kohl eyeliners. I have one here in Barbella Brown and in Bedroom Black. So it's like your brown and your black eyeliner. These are really, really nice. I love it because they're really creamy. So it's great if you want to kind of do a smudge liner. But they do eventually set and kind of hold in place. I particularly like these for doing my upper tight line, my upper waterline. Upper tight line, upper waterline, that's the same thing, right? So I just kind of like pop it up there, and it makes my lashes appear very full and long, and it doesn't smudge or transfer underneath, which I really like. But for an eyeliner that I actually don't like from Charlotte, it's the eye powder pencils. Now, I only have the one shade here. This one is in the shade Sophia. My problem though, I don't like the formulation of these. It's very like hard to apply. You really have to, you know, go back and forth, which your eyes are pretty delicate. It kind of can be irritating. I think the whole idea behind this product was that it was supposed to kind of be like an eyeshadow, and have like a powder finish like an eyeshadow would. But for me, it just doesn't do it. It's just so dry that it's hard to apply and it takes long, and I would just either rather apply a real eyeliner or just an eyeshadow. So, this one is definitely not worth it for me. Okay, so those are all the products that I thought were like the most extreme, like best and the worst. Now, I did want to go over some products that I think are kind of in the middle, that are like, meh, I could take it or leave it. I don't particularly love them and I don't particularly dislike them. And also, I did want to mention, I'm not going to go over any of her brushes or any of her actual skincare products, just because this video will be 10 times longer, and I'm sure it's already going to be very long. But to start off with the products that I think are, okay. These are the new liquid lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury. Again, I will let you know that I actually am not a huge fan of liquid lipsticks to begin with, but these ones are pretty good. I think they're comfortable. The shade range is nice. My favorite one is actually Charlotte Darling, which is more of like a neutrally kind of orangey brown. It is a really interesting texture. It's almost like a whipped moussey kind of texture, but it does wear pretty good and it is pretty pigmented. So overall, I think these are good. Could you find something similar in another liquid lipstick? I'm sure you could, but they're not bad. I'm also a huge lip balm addict, so I wanted to include her Lip Magic lip balm. It is a cute little package. It's definitely the bougiest lip balm packaging I've ever seen. It's not overly fragranced. It is very gentle on the lips, and it moisturizes them. Again, not my favorite lip balm, but it's good. I would use it up. Would I buy it again? Ooh, this is another product that I definitely wanted to talk about. This is Wonder Glow. This is a very hyped up product. I find Charlotte always talks about it, and it's like, this is an Instagram filter for your face. And I do like it. It is good. I like to mix it either with my foundation or use it underneath. But do I think it's life-changing? Do I think it's worth a price point? I don't know. I think there are a lot of other primers. There's like the Smashbox Radiance Primer. There's, what's the other one that everyone always talks about? The Becca Backlit Primer. Is that what it's called? There's a lot of other radiant primers like this. So I don't think this one is particularly unique or that dramatically different that it's worth spending the extra money on. I've also got the retoucher here. Now, you know who really sold me on this? It was Wayne Goss here on YouTube. I love his videos, and he was talking about, I think it was actually an older video that I found where he was like raving about this thing. So I was like, I need to try it in my life. I love me a good concealer. This is one of those pen tip concealers. It kind of reminds me of like the Touche Éclat kind of the Touche Éclat packaging. This is supposed to be kind of like the most full coverage concealer that Charlotte has. But my issue with this is that if I'm gonna be using this to cover up pimples and active blemishes, I don't wanna put this directly on the blemish because then it's gonna get it all infected. So the applicator I find is a little unsanitary, not too crazy about it, But the product itself is just kind of like a meh. It's all right. Is it worth the money? I'd rather buy NARS Creamy Concealer. So next item on the chopping block, well, not the chopping block, but next item in the hot seat is the lip glosses from Charlotte Tilbury. These are nice. I do like them. I do wear them a lot. Would I buy them again? I don't know. I like Ibiza Night's definitely the best out of what I have. I also have Sweet Stiletto, which is more of like a pinky, everyday, wearable nude. And I have Red Vixen, which is a glossy red. This one actually is one that I don't really ever get use out of. I rarely ever wear a true red lip, let alone a glossy true red lip. So I just don't think I have use for this in my life and the way that I put my makeup on. They're definitely not bad by any means, but they're not necessarily a crazy standout from her range. And the last products that I have here are her Color Chameleon eyeshadow kind of color sticks. Now again, y'all know I love cream eyeshadow. This should be a given. But these ones aren't my favorite. I don't know, they're not bad. I use them, I will finish them up, but they're not the same as these like really liquidy potted cream eyeshadows. These ones are convenient to use, I will give you that. If you are in a rush, it's easy to kind of smudge it on and blend it out. But I don't find you get as glossy and as reflective as an effect as you do with these potted cream eyeshadows. My favorite one here though is definitely this one, which is Bronzed Garnet. It's more of like a red based one. I also have Golden Quartz here and Black Diamonds. So yeah, I think that kind of covers everything, all of the makeup at least from Charlotte that I wanted to talk about today. I know that this video was kind of all over the place. I was talking about hits, misses, overhyped, meh, products, everything. But I hope you guys could follow along and I hope you guys found this video useful. I find not a lot of people talk about Charlotte Tilbury products or go over like the full collection like this. So I really wanted to kind of cover everything. Let me know down below in the comments which products from Charlotte you guys love because I would love to hear your opinions on this stuff. And I mean, as always, if these products work for you that I totally just dragged down and said that they were awful, if they work for you, keep doing you, boo. That's great that they worked out for you. I really wanted to love everything here because I'm such a huge Charlotte Tilbury fangirl. Anyways, thanks guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and I will see you guys very soon. Bye! Now I'm just going back into my alcohol activated palette with this red color initially indicating that over top of the mermaid scales. Okay, now this is always my favorite part whenever I do special effects makeup, adding the fake blood. Something about fake blood, it just makes everything look 10 times better. You can hide your mistakes with it, and it just makes it look so gory and good.